I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
We're here, everyone. Thank you for hanging in the chat room, you guys. We are Soap News Weekly, your entertainment news for all of your favorite soap operas. I'm Tami, Goveia.
And I'm Chelsie, Overocker.
So let's give, acknowledgement to the diehards in the chat room.
Absolutely.
Like, where are you guys? I was saying you gotta love modern technology.
Yes.
The glitches here. So Kenneth is in the chat room. Candace is in the chat room. We've got Dwight in the chat room. And what did he say? Oh my gosh, I told you. Oh, so Dwight says hashtag save Freddie and Chandler.
Oh, right with you, Kenneth.
Oh my gosh. And and so Candace was like, "Where's Chelsie? I sent her a note and she's not responding to me." She's like, "Oh, okay, she doesn't have internet." So
I want to see what's going on in the chat room, you guys. Trust me, I just have no internet connection.
it's a wonky. This studio, you guys, is the farthest away from the internet hub of the studio. So our connection here can be a little spotty.
But I'm connected.
But Ryan is connected.
This is Ryan in the booth.
Yes.
Your soap man in the nest.
In the nest.
I am just shouting out Kenneth Clark, Candace Mack, saying hey, Sam P. Boone, all here. So if you want to shout to the chat, I'm here.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate you. Oh my gosh, this week. Do you know? Okay, what are your thoughts? I have so many thoughts.
Especially yesterday, I'm just shocked. I don't know if I have words quite what I've been finding out this week. I'm just really honestly sad.
Yeah.
That's how I'm feeling, is sad.
Yeah.
What about you?
Big time. Definitely regarding the news that we found out yesterday, putting into words. Blah.
Yeah.
And also we've had a devastating loss in the television community that we'll talk about. It's hard. This was a hard week.
It was, Tami.
Okay, so we're just we're going to deep dive into Soap News Weekly and start with the bold and the beautiful. Oh my gosh.
I know, get some water.
Okay, folks, I don't even know how to bring in this story because it's so extraordinarily sad. Orson Bean, who is truly a prolific television actor, film actor, theater actor, passed away Friday, February 7th. Now, he was married. He was married to Allie Mills, who we know as Pam on The Bold and the Beautiful. They belonged to a theater company, the Pacific Resident Theater in Venice, California. And Allie was inside the theater, and he was crossing the street and got clipped by a car. And it raised, there were traffic issues. Cars didn't know what was going on. And he got hit by a second car. And unfortunately, that was a fatality.
Yeah.
And so there was an avalanche of condolences on social media sent to Allie because truly Orson and Allie were two peas in a pod.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them were just, Allie is and Orson is just a ray of sunshine. Just so joyful and so lovely and so positive. And our hearts go out to Allie. Our hearts go out to the cast and the crew of The Bold and the Beautiful because he did a guest spot on The Bold and the Beautiful. And to have 91 years of age.
Yeah.
And to have something like this happen is shocking and devastating. And
I can't even imagine what Allie's going through.
Can't even imagine.
I can't even be in her shoes right now. Just that night and what she had to experience.
Exactly. Exactly. So again, our condolences to B&B and cast and crew, and to Allie and her family, and to Orson and his family. What an amazing career. He had such an amazing career.
Yeah, he did.
You know, for decades on game shows and TV shows and films and theater. He will be sorely missed. Sorely missed. Let's go on to a little bit of a lighter note, although I don't know if you can call a Lifetime movie a lighter note.
No, I don't think so, Tami.
Because we kind of know what this is going to be. Her Secret Family Killer. Okay, that's the name of the Lifetime movie with Darren Brooks, who we know is Wyatt from The Bold and the Beautiful. He is on Lifetime movie, Her Secret Family Killer. Also starring in this TV movie is Brooke Nevin from Chicago Fire and Scorpion, Diora Baird from Shameless and Cobra Kai. This is going to be airing on Sunday, February 16th. That's this Sunday.
It's this Sunday, right after Valentine's Day. How
I know.
fitting.
Yeah, Lifetime. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to tie in Valentine's to this or not. I hope not.
No.
But again, Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Catch Darren Brooks in this Lifetime film. You know he's going to be great. He's going to be awesome. So check local listings. If you're not on Eastern Standard Time, check local listings for all the times for this. And another thing you should be checking out, especially this Sunday, AfterBuzz TV has a recap show for The Bold and the Beautiful. The name of that recap show is The Bold Breakdown. It was started 5 years ago by Mr. James Lott Jr., and he celebrates his 5th anniversary. Bold Breakdown celebrates its 5th anniversary this Sunday. There's going to be a special guest. Sean Kanan will be on the show with us. Tune into that, 2:15 p.m. this Sunday, February 16th. It's going to be a hoot and a holler.
Hoot and holler.
Who says that anymore? It's going to be a hoot and a holler.
Okay, getting into days of our lives.
And these are truly the days of our lives. Woo.
I know everyone, I'm just going to get right into it. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys know it's been announced that Freddie Smith and Chandler Massey, their contracts got released. And Freddie posted on his podcast yesterday that they had about 8 days to process this. And when they were looking into the scripts, when they came back, they're like, okay, we only have 6 days of content that we're reading, but, you know, we're getting back in there. And then we're looking more at the content, and they were reading the scripts. It just didn't look like there was going to be anything that was going to continue on for them. So a lot of thoughts. You know, they brought it a lot to Days of Our Lives with that power couple. And we know that Days goes through a lot of changes. And we've seen this happen many times where there's a lot of fan favorites and they leave and we just don't know why, especially after this time jump. Sonny and Will are getting into a really good plot right now.
Amazing story.
Very good story. We just had Freddie on a couple of weeks ago, and just what he was saying with the story plots and how there's so much to come after that. It just kind of took us by surprise. It took me by surprise. And he did have Chandler on today. When you guys have a chance to check it out, it's episode 74 on the Freddie and Lissa show. If you haven't already, tune in. Be sure to check it out. But the clip that we're going to show you is from yesterday. And, you know, Tami, what are you thinking about this?
This is, folks, if you want clarification about what happened, definitely start with yesterday's episode, the Freddie and Alyssa show from Thursday. I'm going to say today's was 74, so I'm going to say it's episode 73. But Freddie and Alyssa show, Freddie gets into, his perspective. And then today with Chandler Massey, they really just take a deep dive into exactly what happened. So we're not going to sit here and hypothesize,
why this is happening.
I wonder why this is happening, and nobody knows. It's all up in the cloud of NBC executives and how this is going down. But let's take a look at this clip and from yesterday, Freddie and Alyssa's show from yesterday, and just take a listen to what Freddie had to say initially.
And I was like, great, I'm coming back for 6 episodes. We kind of like, hit people up in the DM on the show, and Chandler and I were trying to figure out, like, were we the only 2 coming back for 6, or were there other people just coming back for 6?
Nobody knew
And
what was
once we
going
kind of
on.
got confirmation that other people were coming back for 6 episodes, we go, oh, okay, we're not going to be written off. But as the script started coming in, we started talking more, and I was like, man, this doesn't look good. Like, this doesn't look like we're going to be signed on to a contract. But we're like, there's no way we're going to be let go. And without giving it away, I can't, I obviously can't give away the spoilers. So, do we leave by being killed off, or one of us, or do we just leave town, or are we together, or are we separate? I can't, I can't give you the answer. But what I will say is that our last day is going to be September 18th,
Air date.
2020.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And he posted on Instagram today that he was filming his last scene
Oh, gosh.
today.
And because we know Freddie personally, we just want to give him a hug.
Yes.
Chandler, too. We want to give Chandler a hug
Yes.
as well. And I think that's what's just so hard as actors is they had no idea this was coming. They were just slowly looking through the scripts, saying, okay, I have 6 episodes. What else? What content are we going to have? And then when you start reading the scripts, you start looking like, okay, what's going on here? And just as a working actor, that's really hard.
Yes.
So I give them props for that because, especially out here in LA, you go from gig to gig, and
Yes.
this was a great. Freddie was just great on days.
Yes. And they have made and will, they are literally now in the history books as a power couple for Days of Our Lives. What the future holds, we don't know, but it no way diminishes the impact that they've made on Days of Our Lives, the impact that they've made in daytime television, and the storylines that
Absolutely.
nobody else was doing the way Days of Our Lives was talking about, a same-sex love story.
Yeah.
And
And that was one thing Freddie mentioned too, was I felt honored and I was happy to be a part of that.
yes,
And, they had 8 days to process this, but at the end, it's just an opportunity just to expand their horizons and see what they could do as actors, because Freddie and Chandler brought a lot to the daytime community.
yes. And Freddie and Alyssa are just these brilliant star beings. Sometimes I think they're aliens because their light is so bright and they've got so many amazing things that now, they can focus on. And Freddie talks about this in this podcast. He said, I couldn't focus on these other projects because I had to give my 500% to Days of Our Lives.
Yeah.
I owe them that. That was my job. And so, the sky's the limit. And we're looking forward to seeing what comes down the pike with him and Alyssa. I know it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, really
It's
check out their
just-
podcast, you
it's
guys.
just-
Their podcast is
The
great.
Wilson fans. Oh, Wilson fans. Oh, Wilson fans. That's all I have to say.
We're already getting tweets about that. Oh, gosh.
Oh, my living word. And Chelsie, we've talked about this. There's only 4 soap operas left.
I know.
Guys, don't hate on NBC and the executives and the writers. There's no room for hating anybody. Soap operas are in a really tough bind right now. They've always been in a tough bind, but now there's only 4. So what the soap operas need right now is your continued support. Okay, I'm going to look in the
Yes.
camera. Soap operas, the 4 remaining little soap operas, there's only 4, need your support. They don't need your hate. They don't need, it can get really ugly in the chat rooms and on social media. We don't need that. The actors don't need that. The shows don't need that. What they need is your support and your encouragement. If you want to see Sunny and Will stay on the landscape, then say it in a supportive,
Positive
way. It will still be heard.
And that was one thing Freddie wanted to clarify in the podcast too, from what I took from it, was he's saying, you know what? I'm so thankful for this opportunity. I'm thankful to work with NBC,
Oh
Days
my
of Our
gosh,
Lives.
yes.
So they just still want you guys to support them.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We, again, check out Freddie and Alyssa show, yesterday's episode, and then today's episode with Chandler, and stay tuned for more because this is not the end.
Yeah, not the end.
You know what?
And you know what? I will always say this. In Salem, no one is dead.
No one is gone. You know what I want? And Freddie said I can't give away spoilers, but you know how I want this to go?
Huh.
I want Sonny and Will to go up the staircase in the Curious Mansion. It's like, we're going to bed now. We'll see you guys. And they'll just be upstairs.
Yeah.
For a little while.
They'll return.
And they'll come back downstairs one day.
If we had to write it.
If we could do it, we would do it. Stay tuned for more.
Stay tuned.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to have this next clip just play. It's with Galen and his intake on what he thinks his thoughts are with Days of Our Lives.
Yeah, and so fans, if you're not aware of this, there has been, in the rumor mill, Galen Gering's leaving the show. Oh my gosh, what's going on? Blah, blah, blah. He did an interview. He did a podcast. And so we have his own words.
Yeah, and I want his own words heard.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, the fact of the matter is that, I might as well say, like, I don't know how long I'm going to be on the show, what the next chapter holds, right?
Right.
If I'm staying, if I'm going. I mean, I know I'm definitely going for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm definitely going for a bit. So,
are they bringing on
and I'm really
new people?
excited about. I always bring on new people, keep people, etc. But, I know that I'm going to go back for a bit and then spread the wings.
You are going to go back, though.
Well, I've got a couple weeks of shows to do
to wrap it up.
Uh-huh.
And that's it. That's it.
Yeah, that's all we get. Well, whatever that means, again, they always bring characters back.
Yeah.
So they might leave the canvas, but they might come back.
And Rafe has been on, the character's been on the show forever. I just want to say this. So that was a clip from the podcast with Cliff Dorfman that Galen was on. And, there's a part 1 and a part 2 of some really good stuff. So if you are a Galen Gering fan, you guys check out Cliff Dorfman, the podcast. And it's a bunch of really good stuff. Galen Gering's hysterical. But I'm glad that they did touch on the fact that he's leaving the show.
Yeah.
He's wrapping things up. Who's to say
when he'll come back?
Just
you got to keep watching to find out.
Just got to keep watching the show. And as Tony Moore, creator and host of Dish and Days, always says, we're just a fan with open arms. Going for the ride, you guys.
Well, another fan who has open arms is Angie Thomas. She says she is loving the Stephen O storyline.
Thank you for the support, you guys. We're loving it too.
In a tweet she shares, just turned to Days of Our Lives and Steve is Stefano. This is trippy. Here for it. I'm so behind. So now she's tuning in. And we just want to say thank you, Angie, for the support. So yes,
we love that storyline so much.
With open arms. But another show you want to check out is our after show that we have here on Sundays at 3:15 Dish and Days. And we have a lot to discuss this week.
We do.
It's exciting.
Let's get straight into General Hospital.
Yes.
I'm on my moped.
I know. I was like, what am I?
I'm going to do the moped.
I don't even know.
I'm going to do the moped. Okay, Mr. Ken Schreiner. So Scotty Baldwin, I remember Scotty Baldwin back in the day in the 80s when he became part of the Triangle, Luke and Laura Triangle. So he celebrated a milestone. So he started the show in 1977. He's been on and off the canvas, but has appeared on the show in every decade. So if you look at it that way, he's literally been visible on the show through 6 decades, which is 70 days, which is amazing. So Jeannie Francis, Jacqueline Zeman, who plays Bobby. They're all part of a very elite group of actors who have been on the canvas for 6 decades.
Oh.
It's called the 6 Decade Club.
6 Decade
Six
Club.
Decade Club. So we just
Oh.
want to congratulate Ken. We just absolutely adore him. Some other folks that we absolutely adore, Steve Burton and Bradford Anderson. So this is hysterical because Steve Burton plays, Stone Cold, who's like this assassin for hire kind of guy. Anyway, they've got a comedy show. They are touring Southern California, but right now they are going to be in Texas. Want everyone to go on to stonecoldandthejackal.com. They are going to be, let me look at my notes, Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, then to California, San Diego, San Francisco, and Sacramento. It's stand-up comedy. Oh my
Yeah.
God, this is going to be hysterical. Again, stonecoldandthejackal.com for ticket information. And here's some really cool information. Constance Towers, oh my gosh, she plays the iconic Helena psycho killer Cassadine, who died on the show a long time ago, but apparently they're bringing her back. I don't know if, she's haunting people. It wouldn't surprise me. So happy, though. I mean, Constance is such an iconic actress, TV, film, and Broadway. And so we are super excited to have her back on
That's
the landscape.
great.
We will take her as many ways as we can get her.
And that's what I love about soaps. It's just, they always bring people back.
I know.
In some crazy way.
It's some crazy way. And so this is crazy. I just found out about this.
Mm-hmm.
Stephen A. Smith, the
Yeah.
ESPN guy of guys.
Yeah.
So he and Maria Menounos did an Oscar after show. And Maria took him aside afterwards and, said, we're all about TV at AfterBuzz. What are some of your favorite TV shows? Here's what he had to say.
Okay, let's listen.
I'm big on Billions. Power I loved for years on Stars, but I didn't like the last season, these last 5 episodes that much, but I loved everything else about it. And of course, General Hospital. You didn't know I have a recurring role.
He has a recurring role on it.
My character's name is Brick. I'm a surveillance expert.
We
for the
love
mob,
Brick.
Meaning Sonny Corinthos.
I love Sonny Corinthos. I grew up with Sonny.
2 of my best friends in LA are Maurice Bernard, who plays Sonny Corinthos on General Hospital, and Eric Braden, who plays Vic Camillion on Restless.
that's so
Those are-
great.
Oh my God, he knows Eric.
That is so great. No, I love his character, Brick. He comes on occasionally. He plays this heavy duty security. Like whenever Sonny needs like security cameras or like deep dive into the security world, they bring Brick on, Stephen A. Smith, and he's always flirting with Sonny's wife, Carly.
Yes.
It's hysterical. So yeah, it makes total sense.
That is exciting.
I didn't know him from ESPN. I knew him from General Hospital. That's how.
Well,
yeah.
you know what's funny is a lot of these big stars, I've known them from soap operas like Jesse Metcalfe. People are like, oh yeah, John Tucker Must Die. I'm like, no, Passion.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello.
Oh my God, I wish we could talk about Passions.
Oh.
I know.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. That's another show, you guys.
Okay, we'll oh my gosh.
So that was really cool. Love Stephen A. Smith. Thank you for the shout out, being a General Hospital fan. And if you're a fan of General Hospital, we've got a recap here at AfterBuzz TV. It's the GH Report every Sunday at 6:15 p.m. Make sure and check it out.
Okay, time for some Y&R. There you go.
My concerto.
Bravo. All right. Well, Hunter King is doing amazing. Not only does she have a cute puppy, but she is killing it out in LA. She got the lead role in ABC's upcoming comedy pilot, Prospect. According to Deadline, it's a comedic Western with a feminist twist.
I love that.
Which is really exciting. She plays Abigail, and she moves from Boston. She becomes a teacher, and she's excited to start this new chapter in her life. But then she realizes her views are being tested in the show. And her students that she's teaching, she realizes they're not troublesome students. They're ranch hands and not children, which is really interesting.
Yeah.
But no, that's really great that she is able to expand. And on Instagram, she shared, "Someone pinched me. I can't believe this is real." But I know everyone on YNR is questioning, okay, does this mean that Hunter's staying? Hunter's going? She is staying. So any Summer and Kyle fans out there, calm down.
Yes.
She's on the canvas still, but she's just going to be under contract with YNR. But she's staying.
I just love that they're able to finagle these opportunities.
Yeah.
You know, just so they can just exercise, stretch their acting muscles a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, a lot of these actors that we see, they start from soap operas and then they're able to spread their wings.
Yeah.
So that's what Hunter's doing.
And they come back.
They come back.
Because it's a good gig.
Exactly. Well, we just want to give congratulations to Eric Braeden for celebrating 4 decades
40 years
on YNR.
Mr. Braeden.
As Victor Newman.
Oh my gosh.
He started in 1980.
So iconic. I remember him. I remember early days with him and Nikki.
Yeah.
That's when I was watching YNR.
Yeah.
Was in the early days. And that was my favorite couple.
Was a great
Victor
couple.
and Nikki.
And some of the cast members that I interview from YNR just say, okay, who do you love to work with the most? And they're always like, Eric.
Yes.
We love Eric.
Yes.
So he also is a good mentor on the show, too.
That's
I mean,
lovely.
being there for 4 decades,
Yeah.
of course he is.
And we have to say that our own James Lott Jr.
Jr.
was
Yes.
on the set of YNR when they had the celebratory congratulations, Eric Braeden. He was there on set with everyone else. And he got an in-studio interview with Mr. Braeden.
That's huge.
That's huge.
So be sure to check out that interview. Congratulations, James.
Yes.
Oh, when he told us that on Sunday, we're like, no.
Yeah, Eric says to James, "You're one of my favorite interviewers." So,
Oh my
you
God,
know,
what a compliment.
will you have me? And James like, yes.
Yeah,
Are
I'll
you-
be there.
Yes.
Another show you want to check out is the Restless Wrap. We have an after show for that. It's at 5:15 on Sundays.
It's a good
Good
show.
one. Okay.
Alumni news.
Alumni.
Oh my gosh.
Well, Brad Pitt, I just found out that he was an alumni a couple of weeks ago, and that shocks me. He was on Chris on Another World's Turn. Well, he won an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor for the film Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So congratulations, Brad, for you. And then we have Usher.
Yes.
Usher was on The
Yes.
Bold and the Beautiful, and he visited the 2020 Vanity Fair Oscar party as well.
Yes. And also some alumni, Judith Light, who I loved as Karen on One Life to Live, and Joan Collins, obviously,
Yeah.
on Dynasty. They both attended the Vanity Fair Oscar party as
Okay.
well. And Mr. Tay Diggs, the character's name was Sugar on Guiding Light,
Oh.
was spotted at the Elton John AIDS Foundation Oscar viewing parties. So, and there were a ton of other daytime alumni at the Oscars. This was just a little tidbit. Mm-hmm. But, it was a starting ground and place for a lot of actors.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Well, then we have Daytime in Real Time. Chelsie posted that her mother is fighting cancer, and this is what she said on Insta: "Staying positive and laughing in the chemo room with my mom and sis. Make the most of today. We all thank you for their prayers and well wishes."
Yeah, fans, really,
Reach out.
so I'm sure that all of us either have personally gone through it or know someone who has gone through cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And so Chriselle is just so appreciative of all the support from fans and everyone. So thank you. We want to thank you guys because you can't get enough support when you're going through something as difficult as this.
No.
Oh, Allison Sweeney. So did you know every Tuesday she posts on Instagram, she has Taco Tuesday at home?
Yeah.
And she makes dinner. Well, now she's turned it into a whole thing.
Oh my
She has, it's a live show. She takes people's questions as she's making shrimp tacos with her daughter. I love it. It's called Allie Eats.
That is so genius.
Allie Eats, #Taco Tuesday. So she said her daughter Megan helped her make shrimp tacos this past Taco Tuesday. They made shrimp kebabs to grill with guacamole. Oh my God, my mouth is watering.
I know. I haven't had dinner
My
yet.
mouth is watering. While they answered questions, I love this segment.
Yes.
I actually look forward to it on Instagram. Love it, love it, love it. And we have Kirsten Storms. She's so adorable. So, she's got a 6-year-old daughter named Harper. And her daughter comes up to her. She's like, Mom, can I braid your hair? And Kirsten's, initial reaction was like, oh my God, I'm going to need the what you call it, detangling spray.
Yes.
Little Miss Harper, 6 years old, taught herself how to braid hair. So there's a picture on podcast listeners. I'm sorry if you can't see this, but this is like a really good braid.
That's better than what I would do.
Harper really did super, super well. And it's so funny because Kirsten said, I'm not taking this braid out until the rubber band falls off.
Oh,
because
that's
she's just the proud mama.
Oh, she's like, that's
just the
my
proud
mom.
mama. I know.
I'm such a proud
So
mom.
I love these moments. Love these moments.
So sweet.
Oh my gosh, such an emotional week, you guys.
Yeah.
With Day's news and with Orson Bean passing away, and there's just so much going on in the daytime community. Please, again, we ask for your continued support of Chelsie and I. We ask for your continued support for all the soap operas. Tell a friend, watch, engage, and stay in contact. How can people stay in contact with you, Miss Chelsie?
You could find me on Instagram at Chelsie Overocker and on Twitter at Chelsie Overocker.
And you can find Soap News Weekly across all social media platforms, Facebook, Insta, and Twitter at
Soap News Weekly.
And you can find me on Twitter at Tami Goveia and on Insta, Tami.Goveia. Thank you, guys. Stay tuned for more. Lots of news coming down the pike with Soap News Weekly, so stay tuned.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.